My name is Kenneth Bird. My company is Crystal Edge Technology Screens. Today we're doing testing on the ultra short throw projector to see if the gaming screen paint 39, which we're calling it short gamer 39 for short because it has a pretty long name attached to it. So for short, we're just going to call it gamer 39. So we're testing it on our NEC projector. This projector used upstairs for the floor display. This projector ran me around 60 bucks. So I don't like to use expensive high-end projectors in my demonstrations because, again, I need to have projectors that my customers can relate to. Using a $3,000, $4,000, or $5,000 ultra short throw projector in a demonstration does not help my customers at all, especially those who do not want to spend that kind of money at the end of the day. So they showed them that we can do this on a $60 projector. So much easier to do on such a higher end projector at the end of the day. So it shows you that we don't have to count on certain perks of the projector in order to produce an image. Now, if you notice my environment, we call this area the max out zone. This area has a ton of ambient light. Matter of fact, screens that are displayed down here come off looking a little lighter due to the fact they're being introduced with a lot of light. So let's show you around the environment so you can see that we're not stuck in a dark environment. I do not like when people do demonstrations and they're claiming the screen to do all these things, but they're still stuck in these really dark environments. I love this light so much. And they're really stuck in these dark environments. And again, not a great way to start off any form of demonstration. If you're testing out a product, it should be in a well-lit environment. I'm not going to bother pointing at the window, and I'm definitely going to bother opening up the door because that's not going to affect the screen at all. We do have the same amount of lighting in the next area over there, but again, this is the only light that's making real contact with the screen. So there's my $60 projector right there. I put the model number in the title, and all we have to do is see if the screen can basically maintain in a fully lit environment as we have here, and it has to be able to produce an image on the screen from corner to corner. All right, so let's begin. And my projector using the demonstration is a 720p projector WXGA. Again, I do not like to use high-end projectors because they add a little bit more perks to the screen, which you should not be doing to begin with. If you're going to be doing ultra short through demonstrations, you start off with the basics. And that way you're not, what's the word for it, lying in your demonstrations. And your screen should be introduced to as much light as possible. That's very important because, like I said, if you're doing demonstrations in dark environments, guess what's going to happen if your customers try to use it in an environment like we're in right now? The screen's going to wash out. Let's see, we got certified test next. Where's the low lumen projector? We got to do a low lumen test in here too also. Let me go grab that. We got our 1,000 lumen projector. We got a port with a max out zone with 1,000 lumens. And then we got the certified test and all that good stuff. Certified screens. Yeah, commercial already in. YouTube don't waste any time, do they? All right. Here's the work right here. So right here, it's good. These are all certified. Oh, this is perfect. Perfect. We got all the certifieds in here. Okay, good. Let's do this next. And as you can see, we're pulling the image with no problem whatsoever. Let's go take a look at the sides. And this is very important because you want to make sure that the screen can maintain an image, even on the side. One of the problems, or angle gain, one of the problems that ultra short throws have you want to make sure that you can pick up an image. Color is not going to be washed out. It's not going to be faded. That's something you do not want. Now, I've experienced before that gray screens are the absolute worst for gaming, and we're going to show you why. I don't care if you got somebody say, well, what if it has nothing to do with the console system? I got PCs over here, and they're more advanced than console systems. So, no, it has nothing to do with console, or if you have a massive graphic card, it has nothing to do with it. I build PCs, so I can tell you from the door, it has nothing to do with it. It all comes down to the screen. That's like if you're gaming on a PC and you have a screen that's a 720p, 1080p, and 4K, which one of those screens are going to give you the better picture quality? It would be the 4K, correct? All right, then when you're dealing with projection screens, it depends on the technology of the screen. Now, our technology we have here can produce on 720p, 4K, and 1080p. We can do them side by side. I've got demonstrations to back that up. It comes down to the performance of the screen. No matter what projector you have, it always comes down to the performance of the screen. Whether you be on a monitor or whether you be on a projection screen, it comes down to the screen. You can have the most advanced graphic card on the face of the planet. If you don't have the proper surface to display it off, that graphic card is not worth jack at the end of the day. So it doesn't make a difference if you have a PS4, PS5, or if you have a gaming PC. If you don't have the proper display, you can't pull it off. I love how people will sit there and say, oh, well, he doesn't have so and so and so. Look, let me explain something to you. Again, it doesn't make a difference if you have a PS5, PS4, Xbox system, GameCube, whatever you may have at the end of the day. It doesn't make a difference. It comes down to image quality, which you're going to get off that surface. Like I tell people, when we go to forum sites, you can have the most advanced projector in the world. If you got a crappy screen, you got a crappy picture. So you take a $50,000 JVC and hit that on a white screen or a gray screen and see what you pick up. You hit that on a darker gunmetal screen like a Black Diamond, DMP Supernova, one of them high-end screens, Elite Screens Dark Star 9, you get an advancement in color and contrast much better than the other screens. Black technology, well, that's a whole nother story on its own because the whole purpose of those screens is to produce a darker contrast level. So gaming systems have nothing to do with it. Now we got a 720p projector. My projector in this demonstration cost me 60 bucks. Yeah, I paid $60 for this projector off of eBay. Comes down to the performance of the surface. Let's go over to, make sure we got everything here. Red screen. Now, you see how deep the red is on there? Okay. That's what it picks up on a gray screen. I told you, gray screens are obsolete. They don't work at all, period. They don't work at all. That's why anytime I see a gray screen on display, I always look at the projector. The projector's always through the roof. They always got to add in so many extra perks. Certified screens got to have it doing that themselves. Adding in a lot of perks. The projector has a heavy amount of contrast, the ability to produce millions and millions of colors, all kinds. They have to. They don't have a choice. Because without the projector, the screen is going to suffer. Again, 1 year swap out. Anyone is to sit there and argue about that's not true, 1 year swap out. We put that out there. About last year, I think it was last year, was it this year? I think it was last year, you put it out. For anyone using a high-end projector to swap your projector out for 1 year, we use 720p's all year round. If they can't do that, that means they have to depend on that projector, which means that they're depending on a projector of that price. Guess what you're going to have to pay for at the end of the day to get the same image. Now, I can tell people at the end of the day, hey, look, this is the image you're going to get off this projector. Well, how much you pay for the projector? That's about 60 bucks. Most of it cost you was 200 bucks. Yeah, that's saving you some money, isn't it? Ultra short though projectors are very expensive. And here we are in an environment that we use 10 times more light than most people use in their demonstrations. And that screen is maintaining the solid color red, and the other screen's washed out. Now, someone sits there and says, well, in my videos, yeah, but you're using a projector with a 2,000,000 to 1 contrast. And again, you're not picking up black, you're picking up shades of gray. That'd be virtually impossible. There is no projector on this. I don't care how much money you spend, whether you get Barcode, Ronco, whether you get Chrissy. Those are the top tier projectors. There's another two more in there, which I forgot what they were. But anyway, those projectors have insane. If you get the big boys, the expensive ones that cost you about $250,000, yeah, they got insane amount of contrast capabilities, but they don't have the ability to be able to turn a white screen to pour 100% black level. That's never going to happen. The screen has to be black to do that. So it's not the projector, it's the screen. But anyway, it just goes to show you that no, you cannot pick up the color red or blue or green or any other color with a gray screen, because gray screens can't see color and they're not ambient light projection technology. Blue screen. Now, for those of you who are wondering, well, in the demonstrations, I see blue. No, actually, you don't see blue. You're seeing just washed out. That's what you're seeing. And the reason why you won't see exactly what you should be seeing is because, again, if they don't purchase our product and use it in the review, then how would you not see the advancement of our technology only on our end? And the reason why you will never see those demonstrations is because they are afraid to buy the product from us directly. There you go. This is what happens when you have a more superior technology standing behind a gray screen. This is what happens to a gray screen. If you take a black diamond and you stick it behind a gray screen, I guarantee the black diamond would crush it. Not a big fan of the black diamond, but I do respect the technology. There is no gray screen on the face of the planet that could touch a diamond. It ain't gonna happen. And I've had diamond technology in here for testing. Well, not here. 15 years. No, about 15. About 2015, we had it in at the at when I was renting the room out. It is very good. Let's go with the slow color change out.
Introducing Gatorade. It starts from the inside.
So it doesn't make a difference what console system you have. It doesn't make a difference. If you don't have well, of course, you're going to have a proper projector. You don't have an expensive projector, just don't have a knockoff. But anyway, my projector is $60 and look at the color it picks up. But anyway, like I said, if you don't have the proper screen, at the end of the day, your gaming system is not worth jack. And when it comes to gamers want the absolute best when it comes to color, contrast, white levels. They want the best. I had somebody tell me, oh, but you have to calibrate to get I don't calibrate jack. What do you mean? What are you talking about calibrating? Now, we don't calibrate over here. I'm in an environment with a ton of ambient light on an ultra short throw, and we don't calibrate jack. What do I need to calibrate for? Oh, to get your colors for what? Look at the screen right here. It's displaying colors with no problem. What am I calibrating for? To get deeper, richer colors? These colors can knock out certifies. Look at you pick up on an angle gain on a gray screen. So it just tells you a lot when we do these demonstrations. It tells us a lot. Number one, again, $60 projector, not even calibrated. Means customer does not have to calibrate, doesn't spend a lot of money for a projector if he doesn't want to. And he's going to maintain a beautiful image no matter where you turn at in the environment, because the screen can maintain its color. That's the whole purpose of the color patterns when we show them off, that the screen can maintain its color in a fully lit environment without calibrating, without an expensive projector. That's why I don't like the certified demonstrations. Certified demonstrations, we watch them, we know they spent thousands and thousands of dollars for their projectors. We know that. We know they brought in a professional to calibrate the projector. We know that the environment was set up just right to make the screen look good. Ambient light controlled environments. We don't use ambient light controlled environments in our demonstrations. We know all that. Everything is all pre-rehearsed, even the script, all pre-rehearsed. So you're just watching a show. At the end of the day, that's what you're watching. and whatever projector that they're using in that environment, and I can't express this enough to people when I try to tell them this, whatever projector you're seeing in that demonstration and what is displaying on that screen is what you're going to have to pay for in order to get the same image. Because if that's the case, that means you mean to tell me that I can basically get, let me see, a Sony VPL FH36 or a 31, which we have over there, my projectors, and it'll do the exact same thing as a P2? No, that's virtually impossible. Or a P2 can do the same thing as a $250,000 laser Christie projector. Not even close. That's an 8K projector. There's no way in the world it would ever be to compete with that machine. Or Sony's 50,000, it's probably 24,000 now because they're out for a while, but it's 50,000 or 24,000 ultra short though projector. That's 10,000 lumens 4K laser projector. No, not going to do the same thing. So again, if you can make a projector of 50,000 and do the same thing with a projector like we have here on the floor, then that'd be interesting, wouldn't it? What would be the point of basically spending the money for a $50,000 projector? You wouldn't need to, because you could just buy one of the 720p's or 1080p's we have over here and do the same thing. The image that you see in the demonstration, the only way you're going to be able to achieve that image is you're going to have that same projector. And if they spend thousands of dollars for it, guess what you're going to be doing? If they calibrate it, guess what you're going to be doing? If they're doing this in an ambient light controlled environment, AKA you're sitting in the dark, guess what you're going to be at? That's why we do these demonstrations to show to our customers, number one, $60 projector. Most of that projector is going to cost you is $200. You will not be calibrating at the end of the day, and you will not be stuck in a dark environment. And that's something ultra short those weren't designed for. If you look at the promo demonstration on the P2, no, it was not advertised as a movie projector. It was advertised as a projector set like a TV environment. That's why it's all bright, a lot of pastel colors. Everybody's wearing a lot of bright colors and everything in the demonstration to give off the sales pitch that this is not a projector you're going to be stuck in the dark with. You can use this like a TV. But all the demonstrations I see, everybody's in the dark. No one's matching the promo. Oh, one person did. He had a $3,000 Dark Star 9. He did it. But everybody else, no. They're all in the dark. But $3,300 projector. Short throw. That is pretty bad. That's extremely bad. You do know the distance throw isn't there anymore once you use an ultra short throw. You got a better chance of pulling an image with an ultra short throw than a long throw, because the long throw has to travel the distance. That's why long throw projectors have much more higher lumen counts, because again, they have to travel the distance. Where an ultra short throw is going to be sitting right up on top of the screen at 3,000 lumens and still washes out. That's what makes it sad when I watch those demonstrations. Like, why the frick are you in the dark with an ultra short throw at that? It's not they don't have enough lumens to bring up on the screen. It's the problem that the color and contrast wash out. That's the problem that they're having. They got plenty of lumens, no problem with that. They just can't see the screen correctly because with the lights on, the color washes out. And so does the contrast. Like we're seeing right here on a gray screen. That's the problem. That's why they're sitting in the dark. It has nothing to do with lumens. So it can't pick up, the screen can't pick up. The projector can't pick up on the screen. That's kind of a shame there. All right, let's try LG. No, that's too easy. No, we can do that one. Cancel. LG Jazz demonstration. This is my personal favorite. I like this one because in the LG Jazz demonstration, every time that screen turns gray, you will see where it can't pick up color or contrast. That's what I said. People make gray screen paint products and they start talking about white levels. They have no idea what they're talking about at all. Gray screens, and I was making them when they came out. Gray screens were developed to produce better contrast and color. It had nothing to do with white levels at all, period. It was to come up with a better screen than a white screen. White screen had good white levels, but it had very poor contrast and color. That's why the gray screen paints were made. Then you got gunmetal that popped up, much more darker screen, reflective surface, picks up better white levels, picks up better color and contrast. Then you got black technology. It's all about color and contrast. That's what it comes down to at the end of the day, color and contrast. If our technology didn't receive a white level, it'd be virtually impossible to pull a screen up on a 250-inch screen outside. Do you realize the size of that monster we have out there in the backyard? My projector sits back 25 feet, not 12 feet, not 18 feet, 25 feet from the screen at 4,000 lumens, which means 4,000 lumens outside gets murdered quick. There's no doors or windows or nothing protecting it. It has to travel 25 feet and hit a screen at 250 inches and display from corner to corner. Yeah, that's not an easy thing to do. So, go into your house and try to count back 25 feet. I got about, from my, well, it depends on where I'm sitting at. If I'm at the door, I get almost near 25 feet from here to the kitchen. But then some people have walls in the way. I don't have any walls. I just go one after one into the other. But 25 feet is a good distance to be back. So now you see how the screen is still maintaining. Now mind, sorry, real quick. Do you know how many lumens my projector is? It's 36. My projector is actually higher than a P2. My lumen count is much higher than the P2. The P2 is 3,000 lumens. This is 36. So that means that the gray screen is being hit with more light. The light in the environment plus 3,600 lumens from the projector. Let's go grab another one. Let's grab this one right here. And if you want to talk about white levels, white, go buy a white screen. Because you're going to get better white levels on that. That's a nice amphibian. And still running too. Ooh. Amphibians. How many still make those? You can still buy those. So on our end, we just have to make sure that the screen can pull in all this lighting on this cheap projector with no problem whatsoever. And it's having a ball. It's doing what it's designed to do. Now, once you look at the environment, see all the light we have in the environment? This is what you're supposed to be seeing when someone displays a short throw projector, an ultra short throw, or short and long make a difference. But if you're doing ultra short throw, you have to be in this kind of lighting. Because that's the whole purpose of the ultra short throw. It's a perfect set-top box. You can have the movie theater experience of the giant screen and have it in a fully lit environment. If you don't believe me, go check out the P2. I love that intro or that demonstration they did. Go check it out. That's what they were advertising the projector for. They wanted to be in the dark. They would have done demonstrations in the dark. And that's the whole purpose. Come in your house, have all your lights on, have your windows open, watch your screen on your projector. That's the whole purpose of it all. Give you that TV-like experience, but that projection setup. So what's the point of going out and spending money for an ultra short throw if you're going to be in the dark? Just might as well buy a TV. This is why we show you the colors first. There you go. Are we doing any contrast? We did a couple contrasts, the LG, but LG's not good enough. Let's do Skyworth food demonstration. There we go. Let's see. Background doesn't show up. This is one thing I noticed they skip right from the door. They don't show the background when this intro comes on, this demonstration comes on. Now you see the gray screen pulls the white levels, but the problem is it can't see color. White levels are way too high. game is going to be fantastic on ultra short throw. I know I'm going to have some people saying, oh, we didn't know what he's talking about. Oh, yeah, you check out Digital One Crystal Screen Paint. I was developing gray screen paints way before you even knew who I was to begin with. Okay? So whenever I tell you I know gray screen paint, I know it. Do they know black technology? No. They never purchased anything. How are you going to know anything at the end of the day if you haven't purchased anything at all? Come directly to us. Buy from us. But they refuse to. So that just shows you that anything they talk about when it comes to black technology, they don't know jack about because they have never bought the real deal from the real people who make it. And yet we've had so much of their stuff. This is Network Gray 773, by the way, so you know what that matched. I'm curious to see, off topic, if it was ever posted to his front page, because we got ours posted right there. Knock yourself out. I love that demonstration. I watched it twice yesterday. A couple of my friends went online, we watched it. Like, you painted this screen? I said, yeah, I painted into the screen with the black paint. We had a ball on that demonstration. So I'm curious to see if they'll post theirs. If they won't post theirs, then again, that's something. People don't post stuff that they want to keep hidden and never do. So if he doesn't post it, and the longer it takes for him to post that to his front page, clearly shows that he has come with the grips and has acknowledged that his product is Network Gray 773. So as far as I'm concerned, it is. This is what we have right here. Okay, that was pretty cool. What else are we gonna go through right here? Let's go check this one out over here. I haven't done the OLED horse in a while. So yeah, these projectors right here are 3600 lumens, and they got something called a positioning bar, which I freaking love. It's a bit like lens shift. So if you set a projector down and it hits the ceiling, this has a device in it to bring the screen down to adjust it so it locks in place. Or that projector I have upstairs, the Chrissy 505. That thing has 13 keystone applications. 13. I told you that projector's a beast. I love that projector so much. So anyone I can take upstairs, because there's no other projector that can actually bounce underneath a ceiling fan. But I still can't figure out how that's done. I mean, it literally goes under the ceiling fan. You could mount that thing anywhere on the wall. It doesn't really make a difference. Okay, so this is why we show you the color patterns. Let's go take a walk. See that? I love that light. I swear I wish I could have had 3 more in here like that. Every place I move into, the one thing I look for is lighting. Lighting in a big wall. That's what I look for. When I first moved into the other place and I had the condensed lighting, boy, I was grinning from ear to ear. I was like, this is amazing. Like, I couldn't care less about the rest of the house, just that condensed lighting. You know how many screens we built on that wall, taking that condensed lighting in? That's freaking amazing. And had a window next to it, which made it even more exciting. Then I come down here and I flicked on the light and I saw how bright the light. I was like, yes, this is going to be the ultimate workshop. We got real heavy duty industrial. These are what they call these for stores and stuff. Fluorescent lights down here. Super bright. These are the environments I like to work at. The first house I moved to, didn't like it. It was nice and all. It was a blessing we got there and all. But the basement was so dark, I just really didn't like it. Not enough light in the environment. Drove me crazy. Now, how can I test ambient light projection technology if I'm stuck in a dark environment? That's not going to work. All right, before we run through time real quick, let's get the lights out, which we should be doing because it's ultra short throw banana. color change out.
Getting that from YouTube.
So we're doing a slow color change out. We're using the Gamer 39, our new technology. We're testing it on ultra short throw. And as you can see, our screen is maintaining its color, even in the dark. As I explained so many times before, gray screens don't work in the dark, and they definitely don't work with the lights on. We have a dedicated theater room. You got a 5,000 lumen Christie and a dedicated theater room, and they don't even pull up in that room. That's why when someone sat there and said, oh, the best screens to have for a dedicated theater room would be great. No, no, no. Don't stick a gray screen in a dedicated theater room. Have you lost your mind? You have any idea how much white light you're going to be bouncing off the ceiling and walls? Yeah. You're not seeing contrast. If I'm in my movie room, I want to see a 100% black level in that room. That's what I want to see. That absolute black we got in there, that acoustic pre-coated screen sitting in there, oh man, that thing is so dark, man. Anything we lay in there with 5,000 lumens on that high-powered projector basically washes out. The whole reason why people buy higher-end projectors is to get a better picture quality. But if your lumen count keeps jumping, you're washing your screen out even faster. You're fading your colors even faster. And then you get a projector. I love it. It's like a dog, watching a dog chase his tail. They'll go in and they'll get a high-end projector like 3,000 and 4,000 and 5,000, and the colors are washed out, not realizing they think it's the lighting in the environment. No, your screen is literally being hit with 4,000 to 5,000 lumens of light, and it's washing out. You can calibrate from sun up to sundown. They're going to do a bit of good because you're hitting your screen with an additional 4,000 lumens. These are 36 at ultra short throw. That's why that screen is washing out. Look at the distance throw on an ultra short throw projector sitting right up on top of the screen at 3,600 lumens. So even if the lights are out, it doesn't make a difference. That screen's being hit with 3,600 lumens. That's why it's not picking up. 8K desired nature. Meanwhile, the Gamer paint is looking absolutely amazing. It's doing its job, what it's designed to do. Maintain. Console system is only going to be as good as, number one, I can't say the projector because we use 720p's and our screens look incredible. So we can actually opt it out. That'll be other people. They'll have to use high-end projectors to try to make the screen look somewhat decent. We don't have to worry about that. But as the screen is being displayed on. Wolfenstein, or whatever you're going to call it, is a very dark game. A couple of games I play are very dark. If you do any of the Call of Duties, you do a lot of freaking night missions and stealth missions in there. You play Batman, that's basically a lot of contrast going on there. But just about any game you play basically has some form of night or stealth mode involved with it, especially zombie games, which I love to play. And there is no way in the world you're going to be doing that on a gray screen. Now my projector here has, I think, a 2,000 to 1 contrast ratio. That's it. We're good. Pretty soon we're going to have the motorized projection screen coming in. Oh, I cannot wait to do that one right there. We're going to do that from scratch. We're going to turn it into an all black screen. We're even going to actually expand our screen size because we don't need the border. We're going to make a borderless motorized projection screen, OLED-like. We use a $109 projector, 720p. That's all we need, no more, no less. And we're going to do it on a projector motorized screen that we bought off of eBay for $109, altogether $116, including the tax. And that's it. I'm going to use that same screen to put against certifieds and level certified screen, $3,000, $5,000 screen. Just to show you exactly what you can do with our technology. You got to think outside the box. So I get it all the time. People ask me, if I paint a motorized projection screen, is it going to basically jam? No, it's not. It's not. Someone made that accusation. We know who. We're not going to mention them. I'm not mentioning them today. But they made that accusation that if you paint a screen, it's going to jam the motor up. Blah, 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 blah. Got 3 motorized projection screens. They've been painted more than 4 times, and we've never had a problem. Those are cheap motorized projection screens at that. Cheap ones. And we've painted them multiple times, and they've never, ever had an issue of jamming up. It takes a bit to jam a motor on a motorized projection screen. I know, I did one already. We used to have a motorized projection screen that we used basically for testing screen paints. After about 30 applications or so, yeah, it died. It takes a bit to do it, but you're not going to do it right off the bat. So when I do the floor, we're going to do a visual floor. I got to get rid of the rug, and I got to map out how many squares we're going to need. Then we got to coat the squares, put the screen together, and then we're going to set up a projector. My projector costs us $200. And if I can get it for cheaper than that, I'm going to try to get one for $130. But that's all I'm paying. So anytime we get a customer and they want to do ultra short throw, we direct them to one of these projectors right here. Nice. See how bad it got that quick? Yep. This is why you have to be in the dark with a gray screen. You have to be in the dark. Any light comes on, that screen automatically washes right on out. Okay, we've done all the different tests on here. We got Old Faithful. We got to do next. 1,000 lumens. And where else are we going to be at on this today? All right. Do 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 do. Let's start doing while you guys are watching that. We got certifieds coming up next. Now we do the certifieds because, again, I go to a lot of interesting forum sites that I like to pop into. And the minute I show off a screen paint, the first thing they'll ask is, well, what about this screen? And what about that screen? Well, here's a demonstration on this screen, here's a demonstration on that screen, and so forth and so forth. So we can back up our work. But not only that, it shows people the value of what our product is worth. We're going to take think about it, people. We're going to take a $109 white cheap projection screen from eBay and use a $109 2012 Christie projector, paint it with our technology, and use that to take out a $3,000 to $5,000 projection screen. That shows what the value of the technology can do. The surface we have here is basically fiberglass at 28 bucks. 4x8, 28 bucks. I gotta put the link down. I keep forgetting that. Forget me on that one. I really keep forgetting that. On Amazon, it's $28. That's it. Turn it to your own wallpaper screen. So there's a container right there. If you haven't seen our new containers. Oh, I love these. These are new gamer containers. Our containers will be here today for Unicorn because I can't wait to start setting those up too. All right, we're done here. I don't want to go too much over my time. We'll be back in a few minutes. We got to do 1,000 lumens, which I like to do because that's more of a challenge. Ultra short though came up fantastic. So image pulled with no problem. So anyone asks us any questions, like, hey, what about the gamer paint? Ultra short throw. Because it says it right there. Now, mind you, keep in mind, when we design these labels, we put ultra short throw compatible before the screen paint was ever tested on ultra short throw. We already know it's going to work on ultra short throw. I sat there and said in the video, we really don't have to do test demonstrations because we know what the technology can do. But the demonstrations have to be done to verify proof that the product does what it has to just that it does what it does. I can't just say it out of my mouth and go, oh, it's ultra short throw compatible, and there's no videos of it. We have to show a physical video, look, timestamp date. This is the technology right here being tested on ultra short throw. And not only on that, we're using a $60 machine, 720p in a fully lit environment. We have to be to show that off. But this was put on here way before the product was ever tested. So we know what the technology is designed to do. We just want to make sure it's backed up. You have to do more than just speak it. Got to show it. Ooh, what's this one? I'm going to go this one here, 8K. I'm just showing some of the cool stuff they have on here. That's the line with the bad hair day. Oh, that's a big-headed cat, boy. Look at the size of his nose. It's a shame with such a thing in time where man could just walk up to an animal just like that and just wrestle with it without being ripped to pieces, but not anymore. Okay, people, with that being said, I hope you enjoyed the video demonstration. We know the product is ultra short throw compatible. Well, we have it basically showing it's ultra short throw compatible. Next test, we're going to be using Old Faithful. This is a 1,000 lumen projector, 720p. This projector was discontinued in 1999. Those who remember 1999 with Prince, the music, the song, you know, I actually went to the concert too. Yeah, those were days that I'm glad those pictures were definitely lost. The Prince era. If you actually lived in that era, you know how you dressed. With that being said, gotta go and God bless. You gotta know how you dressed.